Hello and welcome to the Federal's ICC World Cup 2023 podcast. I am Aprameya. India continued their unbeaten run in the tournament as they produced yet another clinical performance. This time a 7-wicket win over Bangladesh in Pune on Thursday night, October 19th. Virat Kohli was the star of the bat, scoring his 48th ODI ton. India have now won 4 matches in a row. To discuss about India's victory, senior cricket writer R Kaushik is with us. He joins us from the Maharashtra Cricket Association Stadium in Pune. Thanks, Kaushik, for talking to the Federal.
Thanks, Apu. Great to be back.
Kaushik, yet another clinical performance from India, 4 in a row and sitting pretty at number 2 in the table.
Yeah, it's almost like deja vu, Apu, if you look at it. Then all these games have followed a very similar pattern in terms, apart from the game against Australia, of course, where India were in deep trouble at 3 down for 2 runs. Otherwise, if you look at it, restrict the opposition to a reasonable total and then get on top of the run chase. This game was very similar to the game against Afghanistan in Delhi the other night, because the track was again an excellent batting surface, and as well as the batting group did in the second half of the innings. I think we should not forget the contributions of the bowlers up front when Bangladesh won the toss and chose to bat. Special mention of the 2 spinners, Kuldeep Yadav and Ravindra Jadeja, and of course the linchpin Jasprit Bumrah. We must also keep in mind the fact that Hardik Pandya limped off after just 3 balls, which meant that they had to make up for the overs that Hardik would have bowled otherwise. Shardul Thakur was again expensive. Mohammad Siraj has been having sort of a very up and down kind of tournament, so it was imperative that the 2 spinners and Bumrah get together and get their act together. It was great to see them deliver. Rohit led the side beautifully, as we know that he's capable of, as he's been doing since he took over as captain 2 years back. The way he moved his bowlers around, he knew when to bring the weaker links in the attack, if you like, when to bring them on. So it was an excellent first half, 2 great catches by the Indians. And then once we came to the chase, then it was it was fantastic. There was never any doubt about which way this game was headed.
And Kaushik, when you look at Bangladesh's batting scorecard, 256 for 8 was never the score which would trouble India, wasn't it, Kaushik, on this track?
Yes, definitely not on this track, like you said, Apu. It was probably 300, perhaps, at least 300, par for the course. They got off to a good start. I mean, they only scored 10 runs in the first 5 overs when both Siraj and Bumrah bowled exceptionally well. Bumrah was probably a little bit unlucky not to taste early success once again. But after the 5th over, both Tanveer Hassan and Ritan Das opened their shoulders, played some fabulous shots. I was particularly impressed with Tanveer. Before this match, he had a higher score of 16 in 9 one-day internationals, and then to come and bat with the freedom to walk down the track and take on the Indian bowlers. Excellent exhibition of batting. And Bangladesh sold themselves short. I mean, they 256, like you said, well below par. We must also keep in mind that they were without their captain. Shakib Al Hasan did not do this game.
Right.
Suspected quadricep tear, so there are still 5 games left for them. They didn't probably want to risk him playing this game and then being ruled out for the rest of the tournament. So that was a huge setback for them, because Shakib is the most experienced cricketer. He's always done well against India, and his 3 cricketers rolled in one. He's a 10-over bowler. He sort of holds the middle order together at 4 and 5. There's an electric fielder, plus he's a captain of the side. So that was a big blow. But irrespective of all that, yes, 256 was definitely not adequate. And they only got there in the end thanks to that cameo from Mahmudullah. Otherwise, they would have finished 240, 230, which would have been even bigger canter for India.
And Virat Kohli's 48th ODI 100, 97 ball, 103 not out. He sealed the game with a 6 and reached the 100 there. How do you describe his innings, Kaushik, today's innings?
He came on the back of a fabulous platform from Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill. The openers really got on top of the bowling. They enjoy batting with each other. There are different kinds of players, Rohit and Gill. Rohit likes to hit the ball in the air, hit the sixes. Gill is more of a timer and likes to find the gaps and hit the fours. And they have enjoyed batting with each other since the beginning of this year when they came together for the first time. And once they had put on 88 runs on the board, Kohli came in. It's the kind of start that you want, because he got a no ball of his first delivery. He got a 3-hit ball, second ball, which went for 4, which was also a no ball, and then the third ball, which was another 3-hit ball, went for 6. So in no time he was on 12, and from there he just batted superbly. I mean, India were not necessarily a batsman's shot, because Hardik would have batted if he was required to bat. But in a situation like this, you need to play to ensure that somebody who's struggling with a physical injury is not required to bat. right? And that is something that Kohli did really nicely. That's something that Shreyas Iyer, for instance, did not do because he threw his hand away. You have to be mindful not just of playing for yourself, but of playing for the team, of playing for the circumstances that exist around you. I think Iyer will be disappointed with the shot he played, and he can look at Kohli in the dressing room and draw inspiration from the way he batted deep into the innings and how he finished off the chase. There was a little period right at the end when he was closing in on the 100 when he turned down a couple of singles, but he more than made up for it by hitting fours and sixes. So it is not like this run rate of the team suffered because Kohli was playing for his 100. This is a 100 that he deserved, no doubt about it, and it's a 100 that sent thousands of fans in the stadium into raptures.
Right. Kaushik, you mentioned about Gill as well. He scored his first ODI World Cup half century. A word on him in his innings, Kaushik?
Yeah, I mean, it's the kind of Gill innings that we have come to admire and enjoy over the last sort of 1.5 years or so. There were question marks over his fitness, if you like, because of the dengue that he picked up and missed the first 2 matches. So you're wondering if he had recovered well enough or whether he would be fatigued. But then that is the beauty of youth, isn't it? That you bounce back from these things much faster than, let's say, somebody who's 7, 8 years older. And Gill is a supremely fit young man. Therefore, from the moment he came back into the side in the last game in Ahmedabad against Pakistan, he knew that he was back to 100% fitness in terms of lack of fatigue and in terms of lack of tiredness. His stroke making has never been in doubt. He can destroy the best of bowling attacks, and today he was onto a good thing. He sat back and watched when Rohit was flowing at the beginning of the innings, but then gradually he came into his own, matched the skipper shot for shot, matched Kohli shot for shot during their association, well-deserved half century. He will again be disappointed that he didn't convert it into 100 because already this year he's got 5 one-day 100s. We know that he likes to score 3-figure knocks, and he will be kicking himself for having missed out on an opportunity here. Again, like Iyer, he's got Kohli as an inspiration. But these are good signs for India going forward, that you have almost everyone in the top order in very good form. And as you go deeper into the tournament, you need those things to come together if you want to go all the way for the title. Right.
One last question, Kaushik. Next big game is on Sunday. The 2 unbeaten teams in the tournament so far, India face New Zealand. Your thoughts on that game, Kaushik, in Dharamshala?
Very interesting game, like you said, Dharamshala. So generally you assume that in Dharamshala there is a little bit of help for the faster bowlers. There would have been a time when one would have said that New Zealand have the edge because they have the better fast bowling unit. We cannot say that anymore with any certainty because India's got an excellent unit of its own. The big concern for India, the way I look at it, is now where is Hardik Pandya in this whole scheme?
Right.
How severe is the injury? Because Hardik is a hugely vital part of India's campaign. He may not be a 10 overs a bowler, an innings bowler, but he'll give you 7, 8 excellent overs, maybe 10 overs on a good day. He gives you that muscle and the maturity at number 6 in the batting order. He's a leader in his own right. He's a vice captain of the team. And you need him for the balance of the side. If Hardik goes out, then like Bangladesh struggled today without Shakib, India will struggle even more, I suspect, without Hardik. Again, India will not rush him into playing in Dharamshala unless he's 150% fit, because India's got, like, let's say, one foot in the semi-final. Of course, everything depends on how the scans turn up. Let's just hope it's not a bad injury. So I don't personally see Hardik playing in Dharamshala. It should be a good contest, but like we saw the other evening when Netherlands shocked South Africa, there's a little bit of help for the spinners as well in Dharamshala, which is a bit surprising, but that's how it happened. And if, all in all, I think it's a great game. And like you said, the only two unbeaten sides in the tournament. One of them will no longer be unbeaten at the end of that game. But yeah, it should be a cracking Sunday contest there.
Thanks, Kaushik. We look forward for that Sunday game and reconnect with you after the match.